Hey everyone, it's John here from RPO Hockey, back with another video, and this video is going to be me recapping day 2 of free agency, all the signings that happened, or at least all the major signings that happened. So of course, if you are new, please subscribe, smash that like button, and leave your thoughts. More hockey content to come. I just finished my 24-hour live stream. It was crazy. I was so tired, and I did a lot of coverage for free agency, so you could probably scroll through that stream and look at some of the news I broke down and reacted to that. But I'm going to start with the one that actually happened late last night. So it was technically obviously still day 1, but Torey Krug going to the Blues. And I obviously think this is a huge signing, 6.5 per 7-year deal. I think for Torey Krug, it was definitely a surprise. I didn't see him going to St. Louis, and I do think now they have a lot of guys on the left side. And I think it was a shock for Pietrangelo because I think he was still keeping an open mind to returning to St. Louis, and I think Krug was doing the same thing with Boston, but I think Boston took a deal off the table. They ended up signing Craig Smith. That was maybe a surprise to Bruins fans, $3 million for him. So the Bruins, Blues, they made a couple signings. The Bruins are still in on Taylor Hall and potentially Hoffman. We'll see. And I would still think they have to sign a defenseman or bring in a defenseman because Chara has been taking calls. We'll see if he retires or what happens with him. Krug's now gone, and you have Carlo, McAvoy, and Grzelcyk in the situation where that could be your 3 of top 4. But Krug, I think it's a good deal. And Doug Armstrong told reporters that he hadn't ruled out bringing back Pietrangelo, but you'd have to move out Steen, and he's got a no movement clause, and you would have to move out other cap like a Schwartz to have a chance at bringing in Pietrangelo. And I mean, on paper, Pietrangelo, Parayko, Krug, and Vince Dunn, and then you have Falk in there as well, and that would be insane, an insane defense core. But I don't think that's happening. I think Pietrangelo is likely going to Vegas, but we'll see what happens. Corey Crawford, we know that he was notified by Chicago that he was not going to return, and he signs a deal with the New Jersey Devils. 3.9 million AAV. I was a little surprised that it was this expensive for Crawford. I thought it was going to be a lot cheaper. 2-year deal, 3.9 per. I like it in terms of being a mentor for Blackwood, but I will just say, with a different team, I would hate on this deal a lot more. I just think with the Devils, and they actually acquire Andreas Johnsson today for Joey Anderson, which I'll talk about in a different video. I think it was okay because they do have money to spend. Burakovsky stays with the Avalanche for 2 years. I liked it. I think for Burakovsky, he really fit in that top 6, especially when guys like Landeskog went down and Rantanen went down and even Kadri went down. Burakovsky was a good offensive presence there. Tyson Barrie, 3.75 for a year with the Oilers. I like it a lot in terms of the price tag, in terms of no risk. But I do think the Oilers have to think about a lot. They re-signed Mike Smith as well, $2 million for a year, and going into next season with Smith and Koskinen again, and then you have a defense that has a lot of question marks. Can Bouchard step up? What is Broberg gonna do? Caleb Jones, Ethan Bear, is Nurse gonna get traded? Clefbaum could be out for as much as the whole year, and then Larson's only got 1 year left, so you don't have a lot of stability right now with this defense. And you have a lot of question marks outside of your 4 younger guys that you hope can develop into top 4 guys and continue to be that. So it's interesting, but Barry's probably going to put up a lot of points on that power play with Nuge, Draisaitl, McDavid, and only 3.75 for a year. Oilers fans got to be happy with that. Thomas Greiss, 2 years, $7.2 million. I think when you talk about a guy that can be a really good 1B situation with a lot of contending teams, he goes to Detroit to tandem with Bernier, and Bernier's only got 1 year left. We'll see if he stays with Detroit, but I like that tandem for Detroit. Yeah, so Craig Smith, $3.1 million cap hit for 3 years. I think Bruins fans did not like this one. I'll say this, though. If Craig Smith can stay healthy, this is a good deal for the Bruins, and they would have a third line of him, Coyle, and Anders Bjork. That could be very effective, and we'll see what happens with their second line. They have question marks. Kasha, will he stay long-term? DeBrusk, there's been a lot of trade rumors around him. Krejci's only got 1 year left, but for right now, their third line is looking really good. It's got that two-way ability. I like the Craig Smith aspect where he really can play that two-way game, and he could even jump in on that penalty kill if need be. So we'll see. I think the really interesting report that came out was Barrie declined an offer that was in around $6 million per. I don't know for how many years. Maybe it was just a short-term deal, but that's pretty crazy. Wild re-signed Jordan Greenway. That came out today. Mikko Koivu, $1.5 million for 1 year with the Blue Jackets. I like that veteran signing. He'll probably play as the fourth line center, and now they have their 4 centermen established for next year. They have Dubois at the top, now Max Domi, Boone Jenner, and now Mikko Koivu. I think that works out. Nate Thompson, $750,000 contract, 1 year with the Winnipeg Jets. He'll be their new fourth line center, or at least add some depth. And so that happened. And then Kevin LeBanc signed for $4.725 million with the San Jose Sharks. I like the fact that they're giving him some stability because it clearly didn't work out when he was trying to prove himself. But that's expensive for a guy that did not have a good year. So I was surprised with that. One of my favorite deals of the day was Jesper Fast, $2 million cap hit. I think that's amazing for a guy that can play in a situation where he gets under your skin a little bit. He can play a really good two-way game. He could probably jump in on that second line if need be, but third line will probably be his forte. And $2 million AAV for 3 years. That's a great deal for the Hurricanes. Cody Eakin to the Sabres, 2 years, $2.25 million per. I like it as their third line center. I think it works out. Gergensons, they re-signed. He can play on the wing. He can play up the middle. Eric Stahl, if he can perform to the way he has the last couple of years with the Wild, he'll be a good second line guy. It gives Eichel some depth behind him. Louis Domingue to the Flames. So Domingue follows Tanev and Markstrom to Calgary. I didn't really talk about the Tanev deal that much. I kind of referred to it a little bit in my Brody video. And then, just there was a few other small signings that I'm not really going to get into too much, like Travis Boyd signed with the Leafs for $700 minimum deal, and Zach Bogosian to the Leafs, 1 year, $1 million. So I actually like that, and whatever slides Marincin down the depth chart more is a decent deal. And the Sabres, they re-signed Brandon Montour to a 1 year, $3.85 million. Avalanche re-signed Nichushkin, so they bring back Nichushkin and Burakovsky. I think those are big additions. Well, bringing them back. They were obviously looking for other additions, and they did bring in Brandon Saad that I'm going to actually make a video separately for the 2 trades that happened today. And that's about it. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, 1 year, $800K with a cap. So let me know what you think about all these signings. I just wanted to go over a bunch from day 2. I think the biggest thing for me was another day gets passed where some of these big guys, whether it's Pietrangelo or Hall or Hoffman, there's not much progress. I think the only thing we got was that Hall has narrowed his team down to like under a handful or like a couple teams, and guys like Hoffman and Toffoli are really waiting on what Taylor Hall will do. So thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts on all these signings. I gave kind of my quick thoughts on each signing for the bigger signings, I guess. If I missed a couple, get me in the comments. Let me know I missed it, and I will reply to you. So thank you so much. Subscribe, like, and comment. This was John from MCKAY. Have a good one. Peace out.